everybody, and welcome back to the Take 5 Challenge. I am Henry Perezalonso. So happy to be here today on a nice sunny summer day. That's right, it is July, and right here when I'm recording this, and as we know, July is Parks Make Life Better month, so we are celebrating all things, parks. So in that nature, I decided that today would be the great day to have a little bit of a Take 5 with a young professional. So excited to have this conversation, really kind of surrounded about change. I am so surprised how much change this one individual has experienced in her first year as a full-time coordinator here in our profession. So looking forward to that. Again, the Take 5 Challenge, what is it? It's an opportunity for us professionals to really intentionally take time to connect. Right? I'm asking and challenging people to take 5 minutes a month to connect with another professional, someone who's either coming behind you at the same level you or came before you. I think it's one of the best things that we can do to really help ourselves become better, right? Iron sharpens iron, we become better. We are so thankful to the Push to Play network with CPRS because they are our mothership that helps us put on this podcast. But right now, I will be right back, and we will be meeting with Lillian O'Keefe. So look forward to you seeing our little conversation. We'll be right back. Welcome back again, Henry Perezalonso. I'm here with Lillian O'Keefe. Hey, Lillian, why don't you, just for those people that are kind of staring in on our conversation, and remember, it's just a conversation, just hanging out. We're taking 5. Who are you? What are you? What are you doing?
Who am I?
Who are you?
Well, my name is Lillian O'Keefe. I am a coordinator here at the town of Danville for sports and aquatics. I just came up on my first year, so new to the profession. Super excited and just excited to have this opportunity to talk with the old boss.
Yeah, the old boss is true. That's funny. So I love the fact that you did mention, first of all, congratulations on your 1 year. I think that's great. It's been a heck of a year, right?
It has.
It's been a little bit crazy of a year. So walk me through or tell me about your whole first year. What happened? I just think it's unique-ish.
Yes. I came in last July as a coordinator with my counterpart, Shannon, if you're watching this. And, she had a great opportunity come up and left, I think within 8 weeks, something like that. And so originally she was the sports and aquatics coordinator and I was facilities. And so once she had left, I had already changed into a new position 8 weeks into my job, which was, scary. It was different, but it was also exciting and kind of, because I'm very interested in all of those things. And so I think after the initial hurt went away, after Shannon had left, the pain, I realized this was a great opportunity, and that's kind of what I took it as. And we had another coordinator come in to cover facilities, and her name was Kathy. Super great. We meshed really well.
So just so, so during this time, Shannon goes, you're switching jobs,
yes.
And you went to take on sports, but not just sports, the aquatics part, right? Which meant what for you? Were you already a certified guard or anything like that?
So I had my lifeguard certification previously from college, but at the time I was getting my LGI, which was also very new and different. And again, it's all scary because it's new, but I remember going to the classes, and I had a great instructor and learned a lot, and just all these changes were happening, and I kind of had to just take them as an opportunity and psych myself to be excited about it.
So you had Shannon, then you come with Kathy, and then you and Kathy are also just gelling and vibing, right?
Yeah.
You guys are like this team that's cruising in, and this is, I'm fortunate enough to know Lillian's story a little bit, and knowing that Shannon and Lillian, as they came in, they were almost, we would call them the Olsen twins for those Full House fans. Mostly because they kind of looked alike, they had similar personalities. It was just something that was refreshing for, the department that we went through. But at the same time, all of a sudden, boom, you get hit with Shannon Boogie. So she's gone. Now you're in here with Kathy, and you and Kathy are gelling and going through.
Yeah.
Now what?
And then Kathy had well, she had another opportunity come up, and she's like, I'm moving. And I'm going through the 5 stages of grief, and I'm mourning because I meet such great people through this job, and so I was just sad to see her go, but excited, for her new beginning. And again, I just went through that change and having to realize that, I'm going through it again. And, luckily I had great support systems, coworkers, my boss, that supported me through these transitions, because they were also going through it too. It wasn't just me. So helping me cover and, figure out what the next steps are. So, and
so 8 weeks in, one goes. A little bit of time before the next one comes on, but then she's here, 6 months?
4 months.
4 months in.
4 months.
4 months in, which is not even just almost 6 months of your tenure.
Yeah.
So Kathy goes. And then what happens?
And then we get another coordinator from PD. And she already has experience in recreation. She had worked over at Orinda. And so it almost was just like a perfect puzzle piece. Yeah. And now I have Melissa, who has been great and amazing, and really just kind of was able to step in so easily, I feel like. But again, it's more change. It's more, getting someone else up to speed and, figuring out their personality and, how do we mesh and connect. And luckily it's been amazing.
But that on top of you having your first summer running the aquatics program.
Yes.
And, your 60 plus lifeguards and hiring and training and all of that stuff as well. So there's a lot that was going down on you.
Yeah.
And then you have this change, and then what happened?
And then, first, the town manager retires.
Yeah, after 40 years with the town.
And so we now have a new town manager, Ty Williams. And then someone else decides to leave as well. And, that means more movement within. And so my supervisor is now the superintendent. And our superintendent is now the director, and just lots of change going on.
There was, and that was honestly, that's why I kind of wanted to talk to you about this, because I felt like, I know I've been in my career for however many, 30 plus whatever summers, is how I talk about it, but, so I'm used to the change. I'm used to seeing this stuff. And then, and I know that we kind of did the numbers before I left Danville, kind of talking about, I saw 3 different, facility attendants, 9 different admins, 32 different coordinators, 11 different supervisors, and 1 superintendent before I went. And just knowing that it was almost like, 2 changes a year kind of thing, almost on the average, something like that. Don't math me, people, because that might be wrong. But I really, when I was thinking about you and what it must be like for you, like, I'm used to it. I know it's going to come, and I've been fortunate to see a lot of people go for their own growth. And these ones really, like, okay, Shannon boogied because there was a good opportunity closer to home. Can't fault anyone for that. Kathy and her husband moved to out of state. All these things. You can't fault people for those things. But those weren't the only changes that were going on in the department. But you, as a new professional, was it ever like, is it me?
Yeah, I thought that. I was like, am I annoying? What am I doing wrong? I definitely thought that after Kathy had left, because I was like, okay, that's the second person. No, I definitely went through moments of doubt where I was like, am I doing something wrong? Am I in the right place? Am I doing the right things? And, I had to feel those feelings, and then also remember that change is inevitable.
Yeah.
And, although it happening so short in succession, it wasn't ideal, but I tried to remember that. I think you had told me, like, this isn't normal. This is kind of once in a blue moon. So I try not to overthink things, because I tend to do that.
So did you get your answer of, am I in the right place?
I did.
So are you in the right place?
I am in the right place. I am in the right place.
So you're not going anytime soon?
I'm not going anywhere. No.
So, which is kind of nice. But what do you think? What do you think? Year one in the profession, and we know that you've had experiences other places, but your full-time gig here in Parks and Recreation, year one. Is there a lesson in it all, like for you?
Yeah, I think For me, it was just to take change as a new opportunity to grow as a professional, as a person. Because I think with each person that I got to work with, I learned something from them and kind of bettered myself through them. And although they ended up leaving, I think I just tried not to overthink things and just remember that I'm learning a lot, as a first-year professional that maybe not a lot of people would have had the same opportunity.
Yeah.
So I take it as I'm gaining a lot of experience in a short period of time. And it's almost like a test, like, can I do this? And I feel like I can.
You can. You absolutely
so far.
Can. And you've been able to take on different program areas, learn different things, and thrive. I mean, I think that, one of the good parts is that I got to see part of this, right? And I got to see you thrive through this and step up and become a leader in not only the organization that you're in, but in the field. And it was super cool to see that and to know that if you think about it, it was born out of this fire, right? You were molded out of this quick fire that all of a sudden hit you hard. You got, you experienced all kinds of change. And I know that all I could have done was shake my head, and it's like, oh my gosh, what, can we go anymore? Because I know for the team that we had, it was hit really hard over the last, maybe 2 years, like most, like over, the years that we've been there. But it is normal and it's not at the same time. I think that the speed at which and the number of how it went down is not necessarily as normal. But you're going to have stories to tell, I think, when you're the director one day, and you're going to tell your people, hey, this is how it goes, or this is how I end. And you're also, I think, someone that, hey, if you're listening, you're watching, contact her, because I think that she can probably help you go through. And that's part of the whole, I think, the Take 5 challenge, right, is really to help each other and use those experiences and try and share that. So, I'm glad I got to be part of this journey and kind of watch this change thing, and I'm really so excited to see what's next for you. But part of this is, part of this challenge is that I want to challenge you. Are you up for the challenge of connecting with someone else in the profession and taking 5 with them and just kind of, bettering yourself and sharpening yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I love to connect with someone who's gone through something similar, has maybe been in this field longer and has some advice for me, because although I got through it, there's probably more that I could learn and take away for the future. Knock on wood, if it were to ever happen again. Or just connect with someone who is going through the same thing and, get through it together, because I think luckily I had such, everyone here was so supportive and helping me, get through the change, and so I would also like to be that support system.
So if someone wanted to reach out to you, where can they find you?
They can find me at lokeith@danville.ca.gov. This is my phone number.
If you want to give it, you can give it, but it's up to you. You can wait on that one.
Wait. Email is good. Definitely email me. I'm here at the town of Danville, so if you're ever in the neighborhood, stop by. It's beautiful right now in July, so
we thank all the kids that are out here having lunch that you can't see, the blower that was out earlier, so if that kind of blew up the sound, our apologies, we'll be back again. But we want to thank you. Thank you so much, Lillian, for taking the time with me. I really appreciate that, and we will connect you with someone and keep doing the good things.
Thank you,
I appreciate that.
No, thank you.
And I'll be right back with some, final thoughts.
Okay.
Hey everybody, I'm back after a nice, thoughtful conversation. Again, hopefully you guys heard it really well, because there were blowers, there were kids. This is summer, this is a park, and we wanted to be out here celebrating, Parks Make Life Better and the month. But just a little reflection on talking with Lillian. I got to tell you, it's so refreshing to meet and be, and I've been fortunate enough to have worked with her. But these young professionals that our profession is in good hands when you have people like that around, and to be able to see people go through struggles. And you got to imagine, she probably painted it really well to be, change, it was fine, it was an opportunity. But at the same time, you got to remember that hurts. That hurts people. And I love how she kind of pointed out the stages of grief, because it's real. As change goes through grief, and this was something that was important to me, is, for some of you that know me, that I'm personally also going through a change in my career, working for a different agency after 13 years. But this is really a cool thing to see people experience and gain something from it.
And I know, knowing personally what she's willing to give it back. And I think that's what this Take 5 thing's all about, right? Is if I experience it, maybe I can help you experience it and help you go through it. But remember, we can go through it. Remember, you should and can and should grieve those processes so that you can get better, and take that opportunity. If something comes up and it switches, take it. Don't say no. Don't be afraid to take it. And I think in Lillian's case, I think she had no choice, but at the same time, she took it and strived and is working through it all the way. So remember to do that, because I think that connecting and being a part of something else and with somebody else is going to only make you better, especially during the times of change and uneasiness or unknowing, the unknown or limbo. So keep that up. So again, I thank Lillian for coming out here. I thank CPRS, the Push to Play Network. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, all that fun stuff. If you want to get a hold of me, slide into the DM, as the kids say. You can find me at Take 5 Challenge. So it's Take5_challenge on Instagram. Go ahead and shoot me an email. I'd love to know who you want me to talk to, who I can connect with, all that stuff. Or if you just have some questions you want to connect at all, let's Take 5. Let's enjoy. But thanks so much for being here and watching once again, Take 5 Challenge.